I don't even know if this is going to work here. Hello and welcome to DumbphonesUK. This could be yours. It's very simple. All you have to do is sign up to my Substack. It's completely free. It's just an email and it's about phones, nostalgia. I mean, you're already on this channel. It feels like you might enjoy phones and nostalgia, but there is a post on there which I will link to. All you have to do is comment on there and then you'll be entered into a prize draw to win this, which might be a bit of a spoiler to the rest of the video, but there we have it. This could be yours. Please do enter. I'll see you soon. My name's Joseph. I'm a stand-up comic from the UK and I look at dumb or dumber phones on the UK market, and today have I got a treat for you. It's the Vortex Flip V3. This little thing has just been sent over from America. I ordered it on Amazon last week and it's finally arrived. I don't even know if this is going to work here, but I am going to unbox this for you and we're going to see together what goes on. Before I hop into the video, please do like, please do subscribe so that I can bring you more phones like this. It's going to help you, it's going to help me, it's going to help the channel. What's not to like? But we are just going to dive in and we're going to unbox this phone, and I am excited to show you lovely people this. So here we are with the Vortex Flip V3. This is going to look very familiar to people. The form factor of this is like the Motorola Razr, the original, and some say the best. So let's open this and have a look. So within this box here, I've got a little tab to pull. I'm going to pull that tab and it lifts up the phone for me. So there we go. Within here we have the phone. We are going to come on to this. Now this phone feels light. I don't think it'll have the battery in yet, but that feels very, very light. So that's our phone. I'm going to open this up. The other items, we have a battery. So it says pull tab to release battery. So that is ready to go as far as I can tell. This here is, I'm going to assume, a charger. As I said, I got this sent over from America, so I'm going to have to find an adapter to charge this device. Just got a USB on the bottom. Finally, in the box we have our USB to USB-C cable, and then we have a quick start guide in English. So it's telling me to remove the battery cover, insert a memory card, insert a SIM card, insert the battery, and charge for 3 hours. There are obviously USBs on here, but I just want to make sure I'm charging it through this to start with. So the final thing that I have to do to get myself set up is pull this tab to release battery. So there we go, that has been pulled. I am finding this getting the battery cover off extremely hard. Oh, done it, finally. There's the external camera, this is the external screen. I'm going to get the joy of peeling that off. And then we have our screen here, camera button, volume, mode option. Again, going to have the joy of peeling that off. Let's turn this device on, I reckon. Okay, you use this D-pad here to travel around between items, and you can see that it highlights the one you're on. I'm actually going to go through to settings and bring the brightness down a bit. You can see as I use these to navigate between items, the highlighted area moves. So come down to all apps, onto messaging, call history, camera, which we'll dig into in a bit, and I can just go right and I can see what it has installed already. So it has contacts, settings, Play Store, WhatsApp, Facebook, SOS. None of this is touchscreen, by the way. It's not like the Cat. Browser, multimedia, email, music. That's as far as I can go with this device. We can see the basic stuff on here. That's not the right date, but I appreciate it's not been connected to the internet yet. That snap was an interesting one. Fun. What we're going to do, I'm going to test that camera button, the old classic of my smartphone, and I can include these. So you can see it has option here, capture back. That's back. I imagine capture, I've been using the center button. I imagine option becomes the SOS button. Yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. So option. Great, so it's now on video recording. So I am going to start recording. We can see that the recording has started. I've got no idea what this is including in the video. Here's me waving. Here's me chatting. The aim is that I won't edit or change the audio on this. And hopefully I'm in shot. I don't actually know. I can't see the screen. It's not on the external display. So you'll see what it's like. But this is the video recorder going as well. So hopefully this is useful. There we go. That is a quick whistle-stop tour of the camera. Some apps with the minus are already visible on the home screen, and with the plus you can see I want to add it to the desktop. So now I would imagine calculator gets added there. Perfect. I think the million-dollar question is, does this work in the UK? And the expectation is it's not going to work in the UK, but let's find that out once and for all. Memory card on top, SIM on the bottom. So what I've done is I've popped the SIM in there. To get the SIM out, there is a tiny little latch here. So you would push that latch with your thumbnail. As you can see, the SIM comes back out. I'm going to push my SIM back in. There is still no signal here, but we fully expect that. So I'm going to go through to settings, network and internet. Okay, so it's picked up the mobile network. Okay, so we've got everything set up, ready to go. It's just that it can't access any of the bands. One thing I can do is I can connect to the Wi-Fi. So we will do that. Yeah, you can see that I've now connected. This is me using the internet on the device. I'm going to reject all cookies, and I'm just going to go on Google to BBC Sport. Just I'm using this trackpad to scroll down through everything. So let's hop into BBC Sport. I can read it. It's not particularly user-friendly in terms of the size of it, but it is possible. A couple of things I've noticed with this device is when you're trying to type a number in, it will talk that number back to you. Don't hate that as an idea. So for example, the issue is it talks it back at a different time. So look, I'm going to click in 085. 085. So I left a bit of a gap. Now if I do that quickly, as we would type a number in, 80. So just sort of randomly says those numbers. So that's not particularly useful. Another thing I've noticed is this keypad is hard to differentiate between. As you can see, within here, there's not a load of stuff to differentiate there. So I often, when I find myself texting, so you can see in the top here, if I click this button here, the hash key, you can see that it changes the input. So I'm currently on R9, 1, 2, 3, ABC lowercase, uppercase, all uppercase, then I'm back on R9. So I'm now on R9, I'm just going to use this to try and type a message out. Hello, this, whoops. That's the thing I've sort of mentioned. There's no differentiation between the keys, so you do have to be looking at everything. Is a test using this keypad. I don't hate it. And I don't hate it. Okay, you can see that I have made mistakes there because I wasn't looking at the screen itself, I was looking at the keypad. So you can see, and I don't hate it, was come out as G-foot have it. But if I look at the screen and I, you can see that you can use this keyboard. It is tough to use, but it is possible to use. So because this isn't touchscreen, what I really want to do is just go to search here, but because I can't go to search, I have to go down everything on the page and then go through and find search. So we can now see search. Now I'm going to search in the apps. I now have to go up. There we go. And let's try this voice control. Network Signal Guru. I've been told that this is a good app to look at. I'm sure you can see here. So you can see the highlight is moving. But you have to really kind of figure out where your cursor is before you then go to install something. So I'm just trying to install Network Signal Guru. Let's open that up. There is no GSM service available. God, this is hard to see. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. So while the Vortex V3 isn't going to be the perfect device for the UK, we've got plenty more things coming. I've got the Light Phone 3 on order, I've got the minimal phone, and I've got the Medita compact phone as well. So I can't wait for those, and I'm sure you can't wait as well. So thank you very much for watching. Behave yourselves. I'll see you soon.